Good morning, my friends. Tikanete. Kala. Hola, Kala. The sunrise over Sithonia Peninsula in Halkidiki, Greece. My favorite place in the world during summer. For the last 10 years, I have been observing this phenomenon. And every time is slightly different. So it's never absolutely the same. But every time is so beautiful. So inspired by this and inspired by some other natural beauties of northern Greece, the region called Aegean Macedonia. I saw kind of a photograph, not a photo, a map of Europe divided, let's say, the following way: the northern and the southern countries. The division line starts somewhere in France and goes east, reaches Switzerland and Austria, Hungary. So Hungary, let's say, staying pretty much, Switzerland, Austria, and Hungary are pretty much, let's say, on this line, and then goes further, cutting also Romania and to the Black Sea. And so the northern countries were called the Potato Europe, the southern countries are called the Tomato Europe. And I said, okay, this really makes sense. And then I elaborated on this map further and saying, yeah, this actually really makes sense. So the, let's say, so-called the Mediterranean Europe and the rest of Europe, above this line. But then I said, okay, there are some specificities of the Scandinavian countries too, which should be taken into consideration. So I drew another line, which is not really a line, it's just the group of Scandinavian countries stay as one, let's say, group, and then the rest of, let's say, Central Europe and then this group of Scandinavian countries I called the Salmon Europe. Let's say, if we want to follow the same logic. So we have the Salmon Europe, the Potato Europe, and the Tomato Europe. And I said, okay, let's try to think a little bit about this. This could be not really a division. Europe should be united, definitely, but the whole of Europe. And then when I was thinking about it, I said, no, the whole of Europe, meaning Turkey has to be included as well. And possibly also Israel. It's not in Europe. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. But however, they participate in the Eurovision contest. They participate in the EuroLeague, Basketball League, etc., etc. So many other leagues. So they somehow, let's say, have the tendency of being a part of Europe or European community. And I said, okay, let's take them on board as well. To the Tomato Europe, of course. And then, of course, some countries like maybe Lebanon can be included as well, but okay, let's not elaborate on it further. And I said, okay, if we organize Europe like this, in these three, let's say, groups of countries, what can we do about it? And I said, okay, maybe there should be some kind of specialization within European countries. So let's say the Nordic, the Scandinavian countries are very good in clean energy, ecology, high tech, etc. I said, okay, then this should be their specialization, definitely. The Central Europe, the potato Europe, led by Germany, they are very good in industrial production, machine production, etc., etc. So and also, part of the high tech. I said, okay, then let them specialize in it. And the tomato Europe, some from the other two groups would say they are not good for anything, which is not true. This should be actually the tourism, leisure, and food production of Europe. But when I say food, I don't mean the industrially produced food, but rather I would even not say the word organic, but rather delicious food production, let's say. Yeah, that's the. So there will be no more tennis, German tennis, meat producer, industrial production, etc., etc. This bullshit. No, as I said, Germany has to specialize in industrial production, but not food processing. And okay, as far as trade is concerned, obviously, Germany is also kind of the leader in this concept, thanks to its extremely good organizational skills. And I said, okay, only Lidl will be allowed to be accepted as an international European chain of trade shops. All the rest of trade will have to be local or regional. Because Lidl definitely has shown their capabilities of creating a really good chain of their stores, and the way they are organized, it's really perfect. So I said, no, let's them okay, maybe some competition has to exist, but I believe that even without competition they will be doing perfectly as they do now. And of course the local regional chains of small specialized shops for some really nice food, clothing, of course, and everything else. And yes, more or less that's the concept. And I believe only by following this concept, the Europe can compete with Asia. The way it is organized now, the European Union cannot compete with Asia. It cannot compete even with some single Asian countries and not with the Asia as a whole, because the similar process of how to say organizing themselves will take place in Asia too. So let's not fool ourselves. And it is already taking place, but probably it is going to get more structured in the future. So yes, my firm belief is that that's the only way how Europe should be organized, and that's the only way how Europe can compete internationally, especially with the Asian countries. And very important thing, the capital of tomato Europe has to be Thessaloniki in Greece. There are many reasons for that, but this I cannot elaborate now in this video because it's already too long. So we'll leave it for, if somebody wants to find out more about it, I will also publish a post on Facebook, so you can also read it there. Okay, that much for now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.